So, I was waiting to date until I could solidify my business. And the more that I kept feeling like I was missing out on something and missing something that I want now, the more I started to resent showing up in my business a little bit. The more I started to resent dating apps that didn't appeal to me or apply to me. And the more I started to resent monogamous people for having like that one other person who would fill in the gaps and take care of the things that they just on some days couldn't manage themselves, couldn't manage as an individual person. I'm actually lucky enough to live with my parents where my dad will often do all the dishes and clean up the kitchen, which is so wonderful. So I do have like a little bit of a filling in the gap for me. He helps me out with groceries and getting my trailer built. My mom is a great source of fun and emotional support. Somebody that I can really talk to and get vulnerable with. And while having these relationships, gives me little pieces of the intimacy that I long for, I can't have sex with my parents. I don't want to. There's another part of being in a romantic sexual partnership that isn't just, sitting next to each other on the couch and enjoying each other's company. There's a lot more to it. And that's something that I wanted. I wanted the sex back. I felt very weird for a little while, like trying to own that, because I was born and raised in Florida, and the Florida education system does not, for a good sexual health understanding, make. It's one of the reasons that, it's one of the things that I blame, if I were to blame anything, because I think there are a lot of things to blame for my having contracted herpes, HSV2. Well, actually, I don't know which one I have, if I have one or two, but herpes, HSV, one of the things that I blame, if I were to blame anything, which I really don't, because I don't hold on to many resentments or regrets. I blame the Florida education system. I blame our public school system for the terrible sexual health education. And I think if things had been different, then I might have been exploring my pain at the time when I was sleeping with a lot of people and not really skillfully or tactfully managing those conversations that need to happen when you're about to hook up with somebody. I think things would have gone smoother at the very least, even if I still caught herpes. Things would have been different. And not to go on like a whole herpes rant, but I would have known that herpes isn't that big of a fucking deal. So then I wouldn't have spiraled for 2 years into depression. And I feel like there were a lot of things that I went through that I wish that I had had a partner for. And there are a lot of things that I've been going through now where I just wish that I had somebody to connect with on that other level. And I was putting aside dating and choosing not to date because I wanted to get my finances straight. I kind of did that on purpose a little bit, not when I started. I just saw it coming and I took it, you know what I mean? And now that I've actually ventured into dating with my business as it is, still, and personally, I'll just say I feel like I've been struggling to get other people to even know that I have services. So that and like buying my services because they're spiritual and more for personal growth. They're not like necessities. My hair is such a distraction, so I'm going to put it up for a little bit because I don't want to be distracted while I'm making this video. It's really not a like necessity. It's not like food or water or housing, you know? Like it's one of those things where if people can, then it kind of is a necessity. I mean, it's highly suggested because it's guidance from the universe. It's guidance from your guides on and your family that's crossed over on what's blocking you and what's gonna open you up to exactly what you need to take it to the next level and to face whatever is coming next for you. And it's hard for me to feel like money justifies, because so much of the time I'm like, yeah, I want everybody to get a card reading. Like, if money didn't exist, card readings for free all the time. Just card readings all day. Energy readings, mediumship readings all day. But the fact of the matter is, I need money in the 3D. I need money in this reality that we're living in. And I want to be making a certain amount that I'm not. So my business and like not feeling fulfilled, or that I've fulfilled enough work in my business to see the results that I want, was making me feel like, well, I have to put more work there and more attention there and more focus there so that I don't slip up and I don't, you know, like maybe make things worse somehow. And also so that I can start to see the success, the level of financial success that I'm hoping for. And it's just been like recently, as you know, the holiday season, Christmas, New Year's, etc., have been, rolling through my life, that I've been really accepting that I want what I want when I want it for a reason. What I want wants me. It's one of my favorite things to say to my clients is, well, what you desire desires you. So it's meant to be. If you're asking if it's meant to be, it is. It's just timing, and it's just you unblocking yourself. And I felt like I finally started to realize that I was blocking myself from getting something that I really wanted. And I want to also throw in like the polyamorous side of this, and how polyamory as a spiritual entrepreneur has almost like whipped me into shape and like helped me to get better at managing my time and managing my schedule. Because once I started dating, I didn't just like start dating like one or two people. I'm currently dating 4 people. So that in and of itself, like the excitement of that, and just like being on my phone like a lot for maybe like the first 3 days that it was like happening all at once, and then kind of pacing things out and having communications about like, I can't do all these good morning texts because then I gotta send 5 more. Like that kind of thing. Just setting boundaries along the way, and setting things up ahead of time has helped me to anchor in my business and in what I'm doing in all of my success practices, in my entrepreneurial practices. Because getting to experience love in all these forms and really take some of my own advice has given me this new energy. There's a source of energy that you tap in when you start connecting with people that you've known for a while in new ways, or with new people in new ways, and, you know, getting to know you, getting to know all about you. That just, it gives energy. As much as you're, you know, giving of your own energy, you get that energy right back, and it just, it's the ascending spiral. And I mean, you can maybe imagine with several other people, more than just one person that I'm dating, that the energy there is like really high. But it's the energy that has changed for me, and it's the capacity for directing my focus that has also changed. I even feel like my necessity has changed. The alignment with all of the reasons why I'm doing this business, as well as the reasons why I need to show up for this business, and show up for myself outside of my work hours. It's really become clear to me, the necessity there and what I'm doing it for. I feel so much more connected to my why and my my kind of like future self, and all of the desires that are fulfilled there in that part of the timeline. So I'm getting to like see my future with other people, and it kind of clarifies how I want my individual future to remain. I've been single for so long. I've been just on my own for so long, with like some people here and there, but like nothing really committed. That I think things plateaued. You know, like you imagine your future so much, and then if you are afraid that adding a new relationship or starting something that you've always wanted to do is gonna get in the way of what you're already doing, then chances are you're gonna keep stalling out. You're gonna keep stagnating. You're gonna keep sitting up on that plateau, wondering why you can't reach any higher. And it's because sometimes you need to stretch yourself. I love the term stretch goals, because while I think that I could walk 30 miles in 30 days, I don't expect myself to walk 30 miles in 30 days, because I'm not even close to that. I'd probably walk maybe, I can't even guess. I'm like, if I'm thinking about like intentional going for a walk, like that application, it's maybe like 7 miles in 30 days. But like, when I set an intention that stretches me, when I say yes to something, that kind of scares me a little bit, because what I'm really scared of or worried about is disappointing myself and not reaching that goal. Then when I don't set a goal because of that reason, because it scares me, then I end up just like anchoring that self-doubt and depreciating my own value, depreciating my own worth, depreciating my own strengths. But I start to appreciate them when I say to myself, this goal is intended to stretch me, and I probably won't reach all the way up there the first time at least, but I'm going to stretch. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give that to myself, because then what might be 7 miles in 30 days, 7 miles a month without trying, with a stretch goal, could turn into 25 miles in 30 days in 1 month. And then holy shit, I didn't meet the 30, but I still did, 18 more miles than I would have normally. That's a lot. And it's the same with anything and everything that you desire, that you might be holding yourself back from. As an entrepreneur, I beg of you to just own what you want, own what you desire, and then acknowledge that you are brave enough. You have the courage and the boldness and the resilience to just try, to just take one step. Because taking one step now, even if that's the only step you take for 2 months or 3 months, is going to get you started. That's kind of how it was with my intro to the dom-sub relationship. I had a session, a little spanking session, and realized it was something that I wanted more of, and then didn't have another session with that person for a while, and then the kind of time limit on that expired, and then started to realize it is something that I want still. Okay, I hope to find somebody who, and as soon as another so-called dom came into my life, and I was like, oh, this is back. I remember this desire. I remember this desire still exists, but not with you. Where are they? Is that behind? Where that? As soon as I felt it again, I started to tune in and realize, oh my gosh, I've known somebody this whole time who maybe I didn't have the level of intimacy and trust with them when I first started this journey, but now we've built it enough where I'm like, I could see this person as my dom. I could see them being the person that I trust with this, that I feel comfortable being really intimate and vulnerable with, and going into those tougher, more challenging mental spaces with. And it took taking that one first step and months of in between for me to have had 2 sessions with him, and now things have stalled, and now I have some other dom. It's not just somebody else's dom, and now my dom with 2 sessions, and now there are 3 doms in my life, and I don't know how it's all going to play out, but I took the first step. I saw something that I desired, and if you don't know where to start, this is my other thing too. I wanted to really talk about how what you desire desires you, and you need to just go for it, and you need to just start somewhere, because ultimately stagnating in your business is going to lead to stagnating in relationships, stagnating in your health, stagnating in a lot of different ways. So go after what you desire. And if what you desire is something that you don't know where to start, or which steps to take, or how to do it, the easiest thing you can do, the thing that is the most reliable, that you have access to all the time, every time, is tuning into the universe, or your ancestors, your guides, turning into God, tuning into the universe, spirit, love, tuning in and feeling like a cracking open within your heart space, that openness, and say, I've got a desire here, and I'm ready to pursue it. I'm ready to receive the goodness that I believe will come from pursuing this desire, and I'm open to receiving the steps that I can take in whatever way is easiest and most aligned with me right now, with who I am and how I am right now. Guaranteed, within the next 24, 48 hours, we'll say 72, within the next 3 days, the universe, spirit, will speak to you and will absolutely tell you, absolutely give you the signs to show you and tell you and direct you to what you want, to whatever that first step is, to whatever that first book, that first podcast, that first conversation with somebody that you've already known but you didn't know this side of them, and now suddenly that's the side of you that you want to bring out too. It will show itself. You just have to trust and have faith that what you want wants you. And that's, I believe, truly a way to manifest the best for your business as well, for all of your entrepreneurial endeavors. The best. Because when you are activating your love and desire and your needs, and you are doing the best for yourself, that has a ripple effect. It ripples out into everything. And it feels really good to be sitting there in hindsight, having seen all of the little moves that were made and going, that's why I needed that. That's why I needed this. That's why this happened at this particular time, because it had to set me up so I could integrate one big change into this bigger part of me that's growing and expanding, so that when I meet the next part, I could receive it. I could receive more and more and more and more. It's pretty fucking cool. Secrets of the universe. I love you so much. You're deserving of all the love you desire. Thank you for chilling with me, for receiving a part of yourself that you needed to hear, because this is really you speaking to yourself. If you got anything out of this, this is you that knew that you needed to click on this and receive this for yourself. So thank you. Thanks for listening to yourself. I hope you join me in the Vibrant Coven. There are several different ways to connect, multiple arrays of resources and events in that space, and 2022 is just getting started. So we're about to level the fuck up together, and I'm real stoked on that. Yeah. All right. Mwah. Bye.